a very exciting evening for you. Before I get to our film guests, we would like to introduce you to one of the students in our inaugural class of Ebert Fellows. The Ebert Fellows will work closely with the Chicago Tribune film critic Michael Phillips, who will serve as their advisor and mentor. And our goal is to help promising students, but you know, I am just really not, this is what the Ebert Fellows will do. We're going to be mentoring them for a year. We're going to be giving them scholarships, and we're going to be inspiring and encouraging them to do things that matter, both in writing and in filmmaking. The first class happened to be English literature majors, and the first fellow we're going to introduce you to tonight, his name is Ashish Valentine. He likes to be called Mr. Valentine. He is great because the students in our inaugural class and in all the classes of the Ebert Fellows will be able to be chosen from the university-wide system, not just from the College of Media. And we are really proud to introduce, I'm going to call Michael Phillips out to help introduce Ashish Valentine, one of our first Ebert Fellows.
All we're missing is the red carpet, man, right here. That's all we need. It was wonderful to go over the pool of applicants for this because the charge and the finances said, okay, pick two for the year, 2 undergrads, and you know, didn't have to be from a particular department. Well, it was a very strong group, very strong, and it was hard even to get it down to 3. And Ash Valentine is speaking for all 3 tonight, but he's just going to say a few words, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what these folks can come up with over the year and what we can learn from each other just about writing about arts and culture and what matters in life. So here's Ash.
Hello, Champaign! I'm really excited to start working with everyone and can't wait to start writing. Thank you.
Roger would be so happy to see him because, as you know, one of the things that Roger loved doing is mentoring and teaching and bringing students along. And nothing could warm my heart more than doing that. Even though I told you that we need to raise a certain amount of money for the Ebert Center before an official designation of center, but we decided not to wait until it's a center, to just get started. And so this first class of the Ebert Fellows, and we decided to, I keep emphasizing this, I hope that Congress is listening, because I keep saying we reached across the aisle, and we really did. We could have gotten, you know, someone from the Chicago Sun-Times, we could have gotten someone from anywhere, and one day we will also do that. But our first mentor is from the Chicago Tribune, Michael Phillips, and we keep reaching across the aisle in everything we're doing because we think that is so important. So, thank you. Tonight is a film that we chose because it's a film that Roger had a particular fondness for, and that's A Bronx Tale. No subtitles, yeah. One of the things that we do in conjunction with the university is our partnership with the university and the College of Media, and tonight we have Chancellor Phyllis Wise and Dr. Richard Messinger here. Will you please stand? And we also have Dean Jan Slater from the College of Media and her husband, Dan Hargens. Will you please stand? Thank you. This is like a really action-packed program tonight because John Kilik, the producer who's going to come out to introduce A Bronx Tale, is someone that Roger and I watched over the years. You know, we talk about people in the industry who have integrity. John Kilik is, like, first of all, one of the nicest guys in the business. He's also one of the smartest guys in the business, and also one of the most humble guys in the business. So a lot of you may or may not know his name. He doesn't do a lot of self-promotion, but when you hear his movies, he produced just about all the Spike Lee movies. He produced movies with Alexander Inarritu, Babel, and Beautiful. He produced Pleasantville with Gary Ross. He produced The Hunger Games with Gary Ross. He's working with Gary Ross on a new movie, The Free State of Jones. And he also produced, with Tim Robbins, the Academy Award-winning movie Dead Man Walking. He produced Jim Jarmusch's Broken Flowers. I mean, on and on and on. And yet, you know, Roger, we always said we need to do something to celebrate John Kilik, and we had always planned to have him here. So when Roger passed away, you know, we said, let's go forward with it anyway. I am so very pleased to introduce John Kilik, and at the end, we're going to bring up Chaz Palminteri after the movie, Leonard Maltin, and Richard Roper. So we'll talk about them later, but right now, John Kilik.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Chaz. Wow, just listening to that makes me nervous. I don't usually do this. I let the film speak for themselves and the people who I make them with, the actors and director. But it is such an honor to be here, as Chaz said. I've known Chaz and Roger for many years. I think we met in Cannes when Do the Right Thing premiered, historic moment, and always in Roger and Jean's debt for the support, Do the Right Thing, and so many of the films that I've made over the years. And really, it's as much fun as I have making the movies and as fortunate as I am to be able to do it. I actually enjoy this even more because it's a chance to get back to the community, talk about the films. They all just start a conversation, and it's a conversation that happens from the critics and the film scholars and then throughout the audience, and that's what makes the movies vital and relevant and live on. So we're in for a real treat tonight. We're going to see a 35mm print of A Bronx Tale. There are only 2 in existence. So we have to thank Martin Scorsese. This is his personal print that borrowed from Kodak. There's one other print that's in Robert De Niro's own personal archive, and that is it. So I'm going to be sitting out here with you. I can't wait to see this in its 35mm glory. I mean, when Robert De Niro calls you up when you're a kid from New Jersey who never dreamed of being in the movie business at all, I was a movie lover. I didn't know what happened behind the scenes. I got out of college, the University of Vermont, moved to New York in 1979, started writing with college friends and trying to make our own films, and at the same time worked on the set during the 80s of so many great directors. But when I got a big break from Spike, and we made Do the Right Thing, and after that, I had a bit of a reputation. So I was able to meet with Bob. I call him Bob now. And I learned when we made the film that he didn't make decisions very quickly. He was very careful about every shirt collar, every decision that was made, every bit of music, just extreme care in every frame of this film. But when he met me, for some reason, we just hit it off right away, and he immediately said, I'd like you to partner with Jane Rosenthal and myself, and we'll make this movie together. And I met Chaz Palminteri. I read the script, which I can still remember, even though it's 25 years ago. And I'm reliving it a bit tonight, exactly how I felt turning every page of this script. It was just that funny and moving, and just resonated with me so deeply. That doesn't happen very often, I learned. I was really spoiled by it and by the whole experience of working with De Niro and with Chaz. More people should be named Chaz. I know two Chazes, and they are both the most amazing, generous, loving. They've been friends of mine for a long time. I thank Chaz Palminteri, who'll be here later. So that's another great thrill you're in for. We'll have a really fun Q&A afterwards. Thank you, Chaz, Ebert, of course, and Nate and Mary Susan and everybody involved with the festival. It's a great honor to be here, especially to share the night with the Ebert Fellows. And let's just keep it going. So I'll talk to you afterwards. Thanks again so much.